She's like, I just don't like beef. I'm like, but you like hamburgers. Like, yeah. I said, that's beef. Except it's the lowest common denominator of beef. It's like the lamest beef that there is hamburger. Welcome back to World 1-1, everybody. I am your host, the Bearded Wonder Larry. With me, as always, is my sidekick, Eddie Magic Head B.
Hello, everybody. How you guys doing?
Holy shit, it has been a long time since a regular Joe Schmuck episode.
Exactly.
Holy Christ, we were just thinking, it's been over a month since there's just been a plain episode of bullshit. For any of you that have gotten accustomed to the last month's worth of rigmarole of having people on, we're sorry to disappoint you. It's just the two of us assholes tonight.
Yeah.
So, but that's okay. I'm not gonna lie. I've kind of missed getting to do just this, talking about the regular bullshit that's been going on. Obviously there's been a whole lot over the last couple weeks, and Jesus, I think I almost burned out the sun trying to gather up enough energy to keep up with everything going on last week with E3, but
yeah,
that's done and over, and the dust has mostly settled. We'll probably touch on a couple things that have come out of the aftermath of last week, hit on what we've been playing a little bit. So without further ado, Eddie, what the fuck have you been playing?
So I'm going to start with my Xbox One. Dishonored 2, I've been playing. I actually ended up having to put it on hold due to E3, so I'm going to return to that like a little bit in August. Since I'm doing my bash blowout for Optional Opinion, I'm going to get back into that for in August before I do that episode. I've been playing Mass Effect Andromeda for on Xbox One, and it's not bad.
Are you playing it with or without the patch?
I'm playing it with the patch. I got this probably last
Eddie's
month.
Playing it with the patch because he's trying to quit.
Oh wow! I can't with you. You and your bad puns. I'm
That's
playing.
Not even a pun.
Well, look, it's an EA game. So in this Xbox One, modern games always get patches and stuff. So you can't make a drug patch with the video game patch because you think of something else. But I got it a while back, and I just decided to pick it up and play it. It's cool. There's some stuff I don't like about it. Like I don't like about I had to get materials to get armor. I don't like the currency on how to get that, if I'm even getting any currency. I know there's like research and development. It's like there's a lot of stuff that they put in that they don't explain. So it's kind of weird. Like they don't give you a tutorial about how to purchase stuff and everything. But I'm enjoying it. I'm probably gonna work on it like a little bit by little. What else have I? There's nothing else on Xbox One I haven't played besides those two. I did try out Halo 3. I've never played Halo 3, so I tried like the first level of it. And playing Halo versus a modern console, me and Corey was talking about this. We kind of missed like holding down the LT button to aim. Like it feels very weird not aiming for that. So I played that. That's all I've been playing for Xbox One. I haven't brought any games for it. I know I downloaded Assassin's Creed 3, but I need to I need to jump into that. For PS4, I played Ion Setsuna. Love that game. Just such a good game. Been working on that. I'm about to start Star Ocean. That Star Ocean Integrity or something like that. That long name. I'm about to start that for the blowout and get ready for that. I downloaded Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, but I haven't started it. And I know that when people hear this episode, it's the last day of a flash sale by the time you guys hear this, but I got like 2 games for the flash sales or for PSN. They're kind of indie games. One is like Kitty something deluxe. It's like a little shooter where cats are in a submarine and you go back and forth. Think of Graceful Explosion Machine. It has that kind of style of gameplay.
Okay.
And the other one is like Moon something, like Moon Studios, not Moon Studios, something Moon, and it looks like an 8-bit rogue, like Diablo style game. It was really cheap for it. I've been looking at the Darksiders War Master Edition because they got it for like $5.99 for PSN. So I don't know if I should dip because I got the 360 version on Xbox One for free, and I think I'll probably play that other than anything else. I mean, I'm going to be hooking up my Wii U so I can start back up The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Paper Mario and Tokyo Mirage Session. I'm going to be working on that soon. I know in 2 weeks I'll be starting Star Fox Adventure. And then I've been playing Dragon Quest 8 on my 3DS, like really like grinding and getting powerful and like moving ahead with that before I get back into Metroid 2 Return of Samus, because I've been watching Samus Return footage over and over again, and man, like that literally is just day one purchase. Like if it does what it needs to do, because I haven't picked up Ever Oasis, I'm picking that up in 2 more weeks too and playing that. But if Metroid Samus Returns just does what it needs to do and improves on the original, that literally might be my game of the year for 3DS.
Right on.
So,
I will say that's going to be a subject that we're going to touch on here in a little bit.
Oh, and I'll be putting my Switch on layaway in a couple of weeks.
Jesus Christ, it's about time.
Yes, hush it. Well, you know what? They've been sending us more of them, and so we don't have to hold on to them for a sale or anything. Once we get them, we're able to put them out on sale. So, due to some things, I couldn't put it on layaway this pay period, but next pay period I'll have more money. So when we get it, I'll take some money out, put it on layaway, and then start working on it. And I should have it by the end of August, or probably before I come back to Indiana.
Right on. So I've had a couple of things that I've been working on playing. Been playing through a little bit of ARMS. I haven't gotten to hit on it as much as I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've played of it, I like so far. I did get to play the Test Punch a little bit when that happened, and I like I said before, I had some issues with their tutorial shit with the Test Punch. There were some things they should have explained and they didn't. I don't think that the tutorial that they provided in the final release itself was really any better, but knowing what I know now makes it a better experience going in. I had a friend of mine over about a week or so ago. He got to play it for the first time. He's a big fighting game nut himself.
Mm-hmm.
In particular, his go-to is Tekken. But he said, it's a lot slower than I expected. But, acknowledging that the trade-off is, while it is slower, it's more thoughtful. It's a little more tactical. You kind of have to give a lot more consideration to what you're doing rather than just rapid-fire combos to make cool shit happen in order to get the win. All right, so I've also been playing Cave Story. That's most of what I've been playing this past week. I kind of feel bad because it got me to put ARMS down real quick. But oh my god, I love Cave Story. I've tweeted about it, I've posted about it on Facebook, but holy shit, Nicholas is raising the bar when it comes to physical releases for the Switch. Like, the Binding of Isaac release was excellent. Though I'm still a little pissed about the Rage Isaac cover and that I can't just order the extra, like, alternate cover art separately
Mm-hmm.
because I refuse to pay $40 for that again. I just want the goddamn Rage Isaac cover because it's beautiful. Like, I would totally get that artwork as a great big poster and frame it and hang it in my house. It is fantastic. But I digress. Cave Story, holy shit, fantastic package to start with. Just cracking it open. I got mine from. I hate to say it, it makes me cringe a little, but I got it from GameStop, and I'm a little glad that I did because a buddy of mine picked it up from Amazon, and apparently the Amazon versions didn't have the little pouch with the keychains in it because the keychains are actually pretty cool. There's a nice little red pouch with the Cave Story Plus logo on it, a little drawstring satin pouch thing, and inside you get one of 3 random keychains. You either get quote Curly or Balrog, and I actually ended up getting Curly, which I did not want, but GameStop, always opens at least one copy so they can put an empty case out on the shelf anyways.
Yeah.
So I asked them, like, hey, which one was in that one that you opened up? And it happened to be quote, and I got them to trade me. So I ended up with the one that I wanted after all. So props to my local GameStop for being cool like that. But in any case, so in there, this case was like bursting. Like, it wanted to literally just burst open. There was so much stuff in it. So you had the pouch and the keychain, and in there is a little mini disc with the Cave Story soundtrack on it that I've yet to pop into my CD player, but I will here probably the next week.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, is the the manual again, which, by the way, to all you people putting out Switch games, manuals are nice. They don't cost that fucking much. We appreciate them. It's a chance to show off a little bit of artwork and have some personality. But yeah, the manual is fantastic. I was in love the moment I got to the back page. I just kind of skipped it open and looked at the back page, and there is a little thing that says, like, I think it's like hints or something, but it's a bunch of goofy little shit that are like little weird hints that are upside down and letters are printed backwards and shit. All stuff to do with the game, and it's really fucking cool. It oozes personality. And then, of course, the cartridge in there with, the pretty little purple pastel artwork on it. But the game is fantastic. Right off the bat, when you boot it up, you've got a couple modes open. You've got, start your game with your 3 save files, and then from there, there's your options. And there's also a jukebox mode, too. So for all the music that you've heard up until that point, you can actually go in and play the individual tracks in the jukebox mode. But it gets even better because you play around in the options, and you can go in there, and you can actually switch between 4 different versions of the fucking soundtrack for this game to have play while you're playing the game. And it's just so good. Like, it really is kind of the definitive edition. There's some challenge mode stuff in there. There's another mode that I haven't opened up yet, but I'm pretty sure it's a boss rush mode. But yeah, it's so good. It's been prettied up in a lot of ways. They're mostly minor though. Little things like lighting effects around the character. It's a subtle thing, but when you pay attention, you notice it. You'll never unsee it, but it helps. They've kind of polished up a lot of things and smoothed out some edges without it losing the very distinctly retro 8-bit feel that gives it a lot of its charm. I haven't found how yet, but I also haven't looked real hard. But apparently there are like Halloween costumes. Like I saw somebody had a screen grab of the scene with Curly, but Curly has Samus's helmet on. I'm like, what? Yeah, how the fuck did you get the rights to that one?
Well, before you go on, I think Cave Story has only been on PC and Nintendo platforms. Because
wouldn't surprise me. They've had a lot of releases on Nintendo platforms too.
We had one. It didn't come to Wii U, I don't think.
No, but there were like multiple versions on the 3DS.
Yeah, because the 3DS got a physical copy. It was like the graphics were kind of redone.
Yeah, it got a couple of versions on 3DS. So, but yeah, it's absolutely spectacular. I mean, they've smoothed out like some of the water effects. It looks a little less pixely and a little more smooth in the way that the water kind of splashes and ripples, but it's just amazing.
Oh,
If you
cool.
can get your hands on it, totally go to your local GameStop and spend the $30. And pro tip, by the way, Nicholas has tweeted out that of all the physical copies, 25 of them have actually been signed on the inside by Pixel.
Nice. The physical copy, is it just like in the regular um Switch case?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's the regular Switch case.
Okay.
The inside
Cause the
has
Puyo
some real
Puyo
pretty
one,
artwork.
yeah, the Puyo Puyo one had like the box one.
The
That in the
cardboard
Lego
box,
City.
yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know if they had like the special stuff inside.
No, they packed it all into a regular plastic Switch case.
Oh, nice.
Like I said, that thing is bursting at the fucking seams, man.
Yeah, we just got I put it out Tuesday, but no one hasn't came in and bought it yet. So hopefully by next week.
Seriously, if you're getting yourself a Switch, go grab that right now
Oh, I
because,
am
like anything with Nicholas, it's likely going to end up being a limited run.
limited run. Yeah, I am.
So, when you go in this week, go pick it up.
Well, mostly people are still buying Zelda and buying Mario Kart at this moment. So I don't have to worry just yet. But I will be picking it up next time I get paid again
Yeah,
because I love
those
K Story.
yeah, those in the know are buying Cave Story physical copy on Switch. And that's the thing too. Digital version is $30. Physical version, $30.
Yep.
Why the fuck would you go digital on this?
Because people want to be able to have all their games, but then where they on the go, they don't want to be switching out cartridges. But I'm just
This
like,
oh,
but the thing
it's
about it
so
is,
ridiculous.
the thing about it is, when it comes to digital, more people have been doing that on the other consoles. But for
Yeah.
Switch, everybody's just like, I need to get the physical because if I don't get it and it runs out and there's like no more reprints, then I'm going to miss out. Because people are loving like having those kind of boxes and love having that physical format. So it seems that physical means more is still important on Nintendo consoles than it is on other consoles.
Yeah. Well, and stuff on Nintendo consoles, as a general rule, tends to hold its value a lot longer
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
So, but yeah, that's been my big binge of late has been Cave Story. It's easy to pick up and play for 10, 15 minutes and put down again when need be, or I can just as easily drop in and play it for an hour or two at a stretch when I
yeah.
get those rare moments.
Because I think it's about 6 to 8 hours long, or 6 to 8 hours plus, depending on how good you are. Because the game is difficult, you know.
Give or take. Plus, you've got multiple endings. For anyone that's never played it, Cave Story has some diverging paths in terms of what will lead you to different endings and different events and even different weapons in the game.
Hmm.
But the neat thing is, they never tell you. You never have any fucking clue. It just happens. It is literally the most natural in terms of making those game altering decisions to the point where it's just a thing. You feel like you're just playing it. You don't ever feel like you're being presented with a choice or a decision to make. It's just there. It's
Yeah.
just you thought that this was just how you're supposed to, this is what you're supposed to do, and on you go.
And it's
And it's not until somebody tells you otherwise you go, "Oh, I should have done something different." Shit.
and it's weird how the history of K Story that it started off as a Flash game.
Hmm.
First release was on WiiWare out of the blue, and then he made another game, but that one hasn't been ported to consoles yet. I think that one is still because I think he only made about maybe two games. I
Not
think.
sure.
Um,
I'd have to look that up now.
but K Story has been his baby, or been Nicholas's baby, and been making money consistently because
Yeah.
it's action. I really can't call him a shoot 'em up. Cause it's not level based. It has a Metroid style to it, but everything is connected.
Yeah, it's definitely got that Metroidvania feel.
Yeah. So I mean, it's funny at times, but it like it's very. It has that rogue
That's his
element.
other game is Ikachan.
Yeah, that one, because it has almost the same graphic style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that one I know that one was still on PC, and I don't know how many people played that one, but I probably need to look that up, like watch a video of it.
Apparently, he was also credited for some work on a game called Night Sky, which I actually remember playing on the 3DS, and it was really good. I really liked it.
Nice guy. I have to check it out. I haven't heard of
So,
it.
that's the one that I think it is. But yeah, if that's the one that I think it is, it was yep, that's the exact one. It was cool as shit. It was a little physics-based game.
Okay.
It was a cheap one on 3DS. Go scope that out when you
Mm,
get a chance.
mm.
But in any case,
Um,
so
I
yeah,
I've I've tried because I forgot to tell you about this. People probably you probably haven't seen it on my post. Pop Tarts got a Jolly Rancher.
yeah, I've seen that
Okay,
shit.
so I tried the cherry one. Uh, it's good, but it's very sweet. I'm like, whoa! I think this cherry got too much sugar to it. I got the green apple, but I haven't tried the green apple yet. That's the one I want to try. But I literally was in the I was at my grocery store getting my snacks for E3, and I happened to see them like, what the world is this? And then they started showing the commercial for it. I'm like, oh yeah,
Hmm.
let me try this before they start disappearing. And yeah, I mean Pop Tarts, Jolly Rancher, they're good. The cherry one is a little bit sweet, but I gotta try the green apple. But yeah, very
So,
very interesting.
so
Um,
yeah,
I forgot to mention that I downloaded Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, the story mode.
yeah. How
Uh,
is that?
I did play it. I will say it's probably about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. You cannot beat the final boss. It's set up that way too when you actually lead into the game. Um, it's it it's very weird.
How does it play? What is it? What does it kind of compare to?
It feels like a beat 'em up and not a fighting game.
Okay, I'm okay with this.
Okay, so you in the story mode you don't fight other players or other characters. You kind of fight these androids that or these knights that the um
Right. So just
like the sig mix of
regular
Sigma.
generic goons.
Yeah. So I played it on PlayStation. It is available on Xbox One, so I'm going to download it for Xbox One too, so I can see if there's any difference or anything. Um, on PlayStation, the square button is like your kind of attack slash combo. So if you hit them and you keep pressing square, they'll do a combo and then do it up in the air.
Okay.
Um, it's like your triangle is your heart. Um, like circle is kind of like a dash or something, and then X is like another kind of attack. Like I think it's like a weak attack. Um, your L2 or L1, it's one of those, but it's like some of the top ones are for your throws and for you switching out your characters. And also, I think if you press a certain button, you'll do your special, like your tag team special move. Uh, it's only two characters that they give you, and you don't get to choose. So all the characters that they show is who you're going to be fighting with. You're not told any special moves or anything like that. So pretty much, if you know how to throw Ryu's Hadouken, you could pretty much do that for most of the characters' special attacks. Like they changed everything about it, and I was just like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about this. Because I understand, after Tatsunoko versus Capcom, I like the direction that how that game was going with this fighters to do, because combos were easier to do. Um, this one, I'm just like, yikes. So it may sell well. I kind of want to see what people do in the versus mode. Uh, because this story mode just feels like an afterthought, and I'm just like, this feels like a beat 'em up game, and I'm down for a Marvel vs. Capcom beat 'em up, but as for a fighter, we'll see how the reviews goes for it. So,
Okay.
I do want to try Tekken 7, and I do want to try that Dragon Ball Z game when that comes out. To see if those two games are going to be better than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So, I mean, it's fun. It's for 10, 15 minutes. It's free. So you're interested, Xbox One or PS4, go ahead and download it, give it a try. And hopefully we can hear your thoughts. Me, I'm kind of wary about it because of that, one button being the combos. Because I was trying to like, okay, if I could learn better, and be able to do more combos and be deeper, have a better understanding of it, then I'll go ahead and do it. Nope, all of that been stripped away. So, yeah.
So yeah, that's I think most of what I've been playing.
Yeah, I know I played The Witcher 3 for PS4, and then I stopped playing it, so I got to get back into it. I'm a little bit further in that game, so I just got to get back into it because I do want to beat that by the end of the year. But yeah.
All right, so hitting on some news. Lots and lots of stuff in the aftermath of E3. Of particular interest to me personally, it will come as no surprise. There's been a few bits of outcry and debacle regarding some of the new Metroid stuff. I'm gonna just kind of graze over it and not go real deep on it because I will go on for fucking ever. But the first being is that the special edition. I'll call it controversy. Fuck it, I'm pissed off enough. Our special edition for Samus Returns in the States, it would be okay if it wasn't for the fact that Europe is getting way, way more impressive shit than we are. And I don't understand why. I mean, here in the States, we're getting, the game with a reversible art cover and a soundtrack, and that's it. You go out to the over to the UK there, and in Europe they're getting what's called the Legacy Edition, which has the game, the case with the art cover, the 25-track soundtrack that we're getting here. And here's where they get all the good shit. Starting with a download code for the original Metroid 2, they're also getting a beautiful steelbook case for the game, 40-page art book, Morph Ball keychain, and a gold S insignia badge as well. All of this shit packed in, and we're getting nothing. And we have no idea why. And it's one of those things that it doesn't make sense to me, because traditionally this is a series that's always sold the best in the U.S.
I can answer your question. So, but go ahead.
If you're going to sit here and tell me because they want to draw more interest to the series in the UK,
nope,
it's bullshit.
Nope. Actually, Nintendo doesn't sell well in the UK. Mostly is PC or it's really Sony. Europe is really populated by Sony, so there's more PlayStations than anything else. So I mean, yeah, a little bit of that is part of it to grow interest and entice people to come in and get the game. So like they have to work harder in Europe to get people to buy that game. Compared to where here is that they know that we'll buy anything, we'll suck it up. And plus they probably have to pay more for their Legacy Edition than what we'll have to pay here.
I'm okay with paying more for it.
Well, yeah.
We all are. Like,
well,
I'm watching the forums and I'm sitting here. I've seen petitions started that we want this fucking version in the States. For God's sakes, give it to us. We will pay you for it.
Yeah. It's just that, yes, PlayStation is big in Europe. So they have to do what they can to have people buy it. Now, I haven't seen anything on Nintendo Life just yet on what the price is for it. And I don't know if it's going to be a universal release for Samus Returns. So we could be getting it first, and they could get it like maybe a month or two down later. So we don't know the release date.
I've seen release dates as 9/15 over in the UK as well already.
Oh, okay, so it's just so all universal release.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So
So I'm watching a couple sites like a hawk because I am ready to fucking import the shit out of it.
yeah. So I mean, it's going to probably be maybe a limited, also limited, uh, and maybe Nintendo of Europe made that decision with Japan. So
I don't know, but there's a whole bunch of us that are pissed off about it. Let me tell you.
yeah, you gotta shoot. I know people are mad, but I'm like, this is a business thing between Nintendo of Europe and Nintendo of Japan. So maybe there's something about that. A decision that was made. Maybe you know, monetary value or something, like maybe it makes sense to do it in Europe. So if people who do want this game, they will buy that, and it will make the company money for it. So, but
I
yeah,
don't know.
they have to go against PlayStation in Europe. So
Yeah,
yeah.
so that's a thing. That's been one of my big complaints. I'm trying to think of what other new stuff happened this week. It's been kind of
Well,
quiet since
it's
the lull of E3 week,
definitely
but
people are still mad about Sony's crossplay example or reasoning.
oh yes,
So,
that's been a thing.
uh,
Tons of articles popping up about the fact that in the crossplay conversation here, where Microsoft and Nintendo are happy to play nice with each other
mm,
with things like Minecraft and the upcoming Rocket League release. Sony is the big holdout here and won't let its gamers play with anybody else.
but see, but the roles kind of switched. So to give it back history, so when Final Fantasy 11 came out on PlayStation 2, I believe, they wouldn't allow. Sony wanted to do crossplay with Xbox 360, and Microsoft said no. Now it's kind of reversed that Microsoft was just like, we want to crossplay with not only PC owners, but with Switch owners and with PlayStation. And Sony's just like, no, because they want to protect kids and all of this and all of that, whatever reason. When they said they wanted to protect the kids and stuff, I was just like, wait, but there's people playing PlayStation that's playing Grand Theft Auto 5, which is an M-rated game, and Mortal Kombat X, which is an M-rated game, and kids buying the DLC for Call of Duty and stuff on
You have to
PlayStation.
understand that logic will never hold up.
Oh yeah,
It is the flimsiest piece of PR bullshit that they could sling together in a pinch.
yeah. I mean, and that's why people just like, we would expect Nintendo to do this, but Sony,
Right.
and I'm shocked Nintendo hasn't said nothing. I get shoot, Nintendo was just like, hey, if you guys want to do crossplay, I don't know when it's gonna go live though. I wonder if it's gonna. Are they waiting for their online to go on next year, or can they still? I wonder if they still could do it now. Which is probably, I don't know if it's gonna be at
I
the
think they
time of
can still do
release.
it now
They
because as
still
I
do it now.
understand it, the crossplay involves signing into a Microsoft account from your Switch, actually. So I don't think it pertains at all to the online program
Hmm.
that Nintendo's pushed back to next year.
Yeah, and it would be cool, because definitely with Nintendo and Microsoft working together on Minecraft, so it would be cool. Hopefully that they continue to do a crossplay game. Hopefully third parties or most indies, I should say, would do crossplay, because Rocket League, that's the smart, pretty
Oh
much
God,
game to
yeah.
do it. Out the gate crossplay, because if you guys could get this working, I mean, both of them could run. Both of sisters could run Unreal 4 and some other stuff. So if they could get that working, shoot, do it. I mean, that's guaranteed sales, not only for what is the company's name that makes Rocket League? I keep thinking of
Uh,
Phoenix. Psyonix.
Psionics.
More, that for Psyonix, That's going to be better.
I got it right this time. I kept it straight. Psyonix makes Rocket League. Psygnosis makes Wipeout.
Yes. Psyonix, that's not only more money for them, that's more money for Microsoft and for Nintendo. Because people are going to be like, okay, I could download Rocket League, or people could double dip. So if they're on the go and they want to play online with some of their Microsoft friends, and they could get their Switch, connected, like at McDonald's or something, bam, you could continue right there. Or, if you want to play, if you're playing your Xbox at home and you feel like you want, your friends are on the go and they're at a McDonald's and they be like, hey, jump on Rocket League where I'm playing Switch. Bam, people could end up buying the game and stuff doing like that. So that's more units and sales for Psyonix. So that's good for them. Sony, it's just a shock that I'm like, why would you do this? Like, why would you, like, we would understand if you would just say, we don't think it's a good business plan for us, and, whatever corporate speak that they want to give, not some excuse of protecting kids and stuff. I'm like, what kid got $60 to be paying for online for your PSN?
You're assuming the kid has the money and they're not getting mommy and daddy's money.
Right.
So, anyways, yeah, that's the thing though. Crossplay is happening. This is good. Sony's the holdout. It's retarded. The winners and losers here: Microsoft, Nintendo, PC. I don't know. PC's not really a brand. Fuck it. But all of us Xbox and Nintendo and PC gamers, we are all the winners here. The sad, unfortunate losers here are the PlayStation folk. And it's not that we're saying it to be spiteful. We actually feel bad for you, and we would love for you to come play with us. But you need to go tell mommy and daddy to let you out of the house so you can come play.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that's just that, like I said, more guaranteed sales for them. And I think because of that, with them saying that,
yep,
the activity and the players might just jump back, of course, of PC, but they might jump onto Xbox One and Switch. And it might be a dip in PlayStation 4 players because they can't do crossplay. If they care for that, I should say.
So, yeah. What other hot news you got?
Last but not least, because don't want to continue guys going long. This is going to be more of a opinion kind of discussion. There's been a problem with race in video games, and it feels like a lot of white people have been upset with Far Cry 5. And unbeknownstly, and I don't understand why, for Super Mario Odyssey, with him wearing the Mexican ombre hat. There's just been discussions about it. People have been tweeting, trying to come up with a petition. Like they made a petition to get Nintendo to change it. And I'm just like, wait, why? There was even a petition for Far Cry 5 talking about how it's unfair that we're killing white people in that game, and making them look bad with like clan members and with Nazi stuff. And I guess these are from other white people or some maybe alt-right folks. I don't know, but like just out of the blue, everybody's happy to see Super Mario Odyssey. Enjoying the music, loving the gameplay. Turn into a dinosaur. And then they're making a big deal about Mario in a hat. And
everybody's got to complain about something.
And so my thing is, why is it now that race is important in video games? Like, and what is it that's making people upset?
It's because we are in an era of uber cultural sensitivity, probably gone too far, and I'm sure I've pissed off a few people saying that, but I'm tired of apologizing about it, so fuck it, there it is. I think some things, some people have gotten literally just too fucking sensitive about, and the whole cultural appropriation thing, I swear to Christ, it comes up every fucking Halloween, and I just roll my eyes, except it gets more and more extreme. Like, you should not dress up as an Indian, or you should not dress up as a a mariachi man, or anything like that. That is anything other than whatever your particular race or culture is apparently by default offensive at this point. For fuck's sake, get over it.
And,
You
and
know what? You know what? Anybody that is not Italian that has made a pizza and still bitches about this, fuck you. You no longer have a leg to stand on.
well, this is the weird thing with some gamers. We have Ghost Recon Wildlands, where it's a Mexican drug cartel. There was no outcry out for that. We have Call of Duty who have deal with Russians.
There was lots of outcry around Resident Evil.
Resident Evil
5. I think
5.
it was.
There was some outcry for that, but it wasn't huge enough. That game still sold millions, and they got to a certain point, and people just didn't care about it. Like Battlefield, like some of the where we are in Afghanistan and stuff, and we're killing, I guess, Arab people or terrorists or whoever. Like, we don't have why is it we don't have a problem killing other races, but now that we're killing white people in Far Cry 5, it's a problem. And you can't say it's a Christian zealot thing or a religious zealot kind of thing, and this is going to make y'all look bad. It's just, to me, I feel like it's fair play. It's a story that's in Montana, or it takes place in Montana. There's certain beliefs, and we have to stop them. Point A to point B. Good versus evil. That's what I see it as.
I know, but everyone has a stick up their ass these days and has to stand on a soapbox and bitch about something. Otherwise, they're not cool.
But it's weird that you make other games that deal with other races that feel that people should really talk about and discuss and yell about. You made them million sellers. So you don't think that a game that a white person versus another white race shouldn't have a million sell, shouldn't be a million seller? And if they are a bunch of people that's killing or taking over a town and stuff, you don't feel like that's right to do?
Well, people got them feelings, and they choose to be butthurt. So,
and my last my last point is that I feel like where people say, well, just don't play the game or just don't buy it. No, I feel like people who have a problem with it, rent it at least and get some more context of it, because I'm like, they just showed the trailer. You don't know the full story, and unless you're going to be fair enough to make that kind of argument, be man or woman enough, be human enough to
Eddie,
be able to.
Did you know that they can't do that because context will ruin their platform?
Well, yeah.
Then they don't have a leg to stand on, and they can't bitch. So no, they'll never do that.
Well, yeah. It would literally defeat the purpose. Like, I don't have no problem with Mario being a Mexican or having.
We live in a society where everyone just has a need to be irate and bitch about something.
Right. They some of the black people complain about that Mega Man PSP game of Oil Man because he was dark and he had like the pink lips. So, and I'm just like, well, they got to do that so they could represent that he's made out of oil. Yes, it might have that kind of look to it. I'm like, but when was the last time you seen that art style? And when was the last time you know your history about that art style? Because you haven't discussed that since they stopped doing it. Now, because they do it in Mega Man 8 or Mega Man for PSP, you want to be mad about it? Like, really?
Yep.
So that's my point about it. But yeah, that was like a big kind of discussion. Well, not discussion, but that was kind of the thing on Twitter and like in the media that people were discussing, talking about selling communities.
Yep. So there you go. There's some cultural appropriation for you. Move on, get over it.
So
Eventually Mario is going to end up being banned, just like Speedy Gonzalez was. It's
Which
going
I
to happen.
still think that's stupid.
He's not the only one that got banned, by the way, just in case you were curious. There were a number of others along the way that all fell victim to cultural sensitivity.
Though you can still see his cartoons on YouTube.
Yep, but you will never find them in an official release format ever again. Just tragic because they were fucking great.
Right. I'm like, he's running away from Sylvester or whoever's trying to chase him. Like, how? I'm like, when was the last time y'all even watched a Looney Tunes cartoon?
It's been way too long. I should go watch some.
So, but I don't know. So.
Yeah. So there's your thoughts for the week, boys and girls. Just a side note here. We've if anybody's follows the Facebook, that things have been a little bit quiet. I did leave a post up there letting you guys know, there's a reason it's kind of been a little on the quiet side on the Facebook the last week or so.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone that doesn't, we've got some big things in the cooker that we are getting ready to pull back the curtains on here, hopefully in the next week and a half. So stay tuned. Keep an eye on the Facebook or the Twitter for that. As soon as the new stuff, the stuff happens, we'll have it posted on the Facebook and on the Twitter. So that way you can be apprised of it and enjoy that as soon as we have it available and it's ready to go. We will be sharing that with everybody. There are big, bright things in the future for the show and for World 1-1 as a whole. We're experiencing a little bit of growth. We're not at the point yet where I can talk about it a whole hell of a lot, but know that it's coming. It's big things, and that it means you guys will be getting more of the content that you like.
Yes.
If this is a thing that you like. If not, I have no idea why the fuck you're listening to this, but props to you for making it this long through our bullshit.
And I do want to exactly, and I do want to say, guys, that thank you for the love and the support and the downloads that you give us. We really do appreciate your guys' feedback, you guys' involvement. We are going to be having some, not interviews, we are going to be trying to get some reviews up. Since like a lot of stuff has slowed down, we're trying to catch up on a lot of games and get those reviews out for you guys, so you can enjoy them. I know Ever Oasis just came out, so I'm going to pick that up and do my best to work on that to get you guys a review for that. And like the games that I just got and I've been playing, hopefully I could get those reviews up. Larry, you're working on Cave Story, so you'll probably have a review up there coming for that soon. So we are doing our best. We know when we get into the holiday, into the fall season, Larry is probably going to be reviewing Metroid, Samus Return. And then I'm going to be trying to review some of the third-party stuff like Destiny 2 and everything. So we are going to try to make sure that we could give you guys some good content in our reviews and stuff. So, but
stuff
thank
is
you
coming. There's a bunch of new written content coming. Like I said, it's coming in the next week and a half. And obviously, as soon as it's ready to go,
yes,
we will be we'll be letting you guys know so that you can be in on the joke too. So. But yeah, that's it. As always, the final part of the show, the part that everybody hates, and honestly, I'm starting to hate having to do it myself, just because I'm trying to remember if I actually remember to mention everything. So let's see how well I do at it this time, because some weeks are better than others. Like the Facebook page, join the conversation, join the group. We've got the Twitter at World1_1 podcast. There's our Twitch channel, World 1 Podcast. That's all spelled out. There's the show, which is on our home at shoutengine.com. Find us on iTunes. We like those reviews and the ratings. They help bump us up in the views there. You can also catch us on Google Play Music, on Podknife, on DNA Network. Coming soon to NGR Radio. Corey's been busy with shit, so I'm not giving him crap about that. There's a YouTube thing out there, sort of, that I'm working on. It's almost done. Some of that may be coming with bigger revisions in the next couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think I covered everything.
You can email the show at world101podcast@gmail.com.
Shut up, show off.
And let me just do my quick plugs. You guys can find Optional Opinion at SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play. And you can find some episodes also at the anonymousradionetwork.podbean.com. You can also hear Power Block, my two new shows that I do with Corey, Arsenal X and Nerds Go Platinum. You can find those at NGR Radio on YouTube and at ngrradio.com. You can find my series, The Moment, at skirmishfrost.com. You also can check out this week's Optional Opinion blog at IGN.com under Anime, ENIME. I'm talking about Japan and are they making a comeback? So do check that out. And also, you guys can check out my Twitch page, the Lyrical One, where I do Let's Learn series. I'm definitely going to be getting back into it, so I'm going to find a day to have a set schedule so I can play that, starting game in that genre and teach about it, and just hopefully have discussions with you guys. So yeah, that's what's going on for me. And also, if you guys have not heard, I'll let you you can check Optional Opinion on SoundCloud. I have left my old radio network, which was the Anonymous Radio Network. So I have left them. I am now part of NGR and of course World 101, but I'm part of now of NGR Radio. So you guys can check me out more of my stuff out there. So yeah.
All right, that's it, guys. We'll be back next week. We'll see you then. Missed you.
Yes, everybody. We'll have more news and more of a good, fun show like we always do. Until next time, everybody, we will see you later. Bye.
Peace.